Welcome back to Your Arts, and thanks so much for joining me. We're continuing on this journey downward from 170, and we're on numbers 151 and 150. Please join me. Okay, so now we have reached the last two numbers in the 150 range. We've got 151 and 150, and now we will be starting with two different trebles for our first dart. But first of all, let's start with treble 20, our home base, okay? And when we throw in treble 20 for any three-digit number, we just add 40 on to 151. So you could be stood there, you have 151, it's super easy to see, add 40 onto 51, and you leave 91, okay? So see, this is treble 20, leaving 91, rather than seeing it as 151, right? Because it's quite a big, scary number. And a nice way to go is two treble 19s for the 150. You see these cool finishes, okay? So you can do that when you have 150. You throw for treble 19, okay? We can throw for treble 20, and we will cover that. And when we throw treble 19, we don't add 40, we add 43. So don't worry about that. Just carry on doing what you're doing. Add 40 on. So of course would leave 90. And I just add that 3 more on, and you leave, and you have 93, of course. Just before you get to the end of your mental Rolodex, add that 3 more on. Now, of course, these tricks and these ways to visualize it, it's just until you know the finish. When we know finishes, we know them. We don't need any help. This is just to get it in the brain, okay? So see that as treble 19, leaving 93. Now, of course, we can absolutely throw treble 20 for 150, and I actually prefer this route, really. I'm more of a 20s guy than a 19s person, if you like, but so again with treble 20 we're just adding 40, so we're going to add 40 onto 50, and you have 90. Okay, so the work, what's needed for these for the first dart is just adding 40 or 43 on, really, so far. So it's easy, right? And all we're doing now, and this is where the work begins, you have to learn 91 and 90 and 93 for respectively, okay? So let's start at 91. Now, if you know your treble values, it's quite easy to work it out. If you know treble 17 is 51, you absolutely need to know that. Then it's treble 17, double top is 91, okay? Missing the treble 17, hitting the big 17 would leave 74. Always know what that, well, like I like to call it, the miss rule. What it will be if we hit the number, great, but if we miss the treble and hit the big number, I call that the miss rule. Okay, so that's 91. 90, there's a couple of ways to go 90. Probably I don't know if it's my preferred way, but it's certainly how I started. Treble 20 because that's 60, so we need another 30 to make it 90. So treble 20, double 15, missing the big 20, hitting the missing the treble 20 rather, hitting the big 20 would leave 70. Okay. Now, another way, I do like that way, but I like this way as well, for 90. Okay, so we're on 90 here. Treble 18 for double 18, missing the big treble 18, hitting the big number would leave 72. Okay, so that covers 90. So we've got 91 kind of covered, we've got 90 covered. Let's talk about 93. Okay, so 93 is treble 19. This is harder to see than the other numbers. Treble 19 for double 18, okay. I find that a little harder to see. The way to remember it, other than just repeating it parrot fashion, which is a pretty good way to remember some of these numbers, just keep repeating it until it sounds familiar, right? But you can see it as, and I like to link. A link is a picture, what gives you instant recall. You can see that they go down in numbers, so 19, 18, that might help you. And the sillier the picture, the better, really. Sometimes, as long as you can have instant recall, that's the main thing. So it's treble 19 for double 18, for 93. Hitting the big 19 would leave 74. Okay, so those are those three-digit numbers. Those are all those three finishes, rather. Now let's just get my crib sheet up, and because it's the end of the actual set of 150 range, I've just given you the whole set of numbers on this crib sheet. But let's go through the practice like I've been doing. So, and it can be as fluid as this. 151 is treble 20, leaving 91. 91 is treble 17, double 20. Hitting the big 17 would leave 74. Now, of course, when you've got one dart left at 74, you would state how you take out 74. And 74 is treble 14 for double 16. Missing the big missing treble 14, hitting the big 14 word, leave 60. So it's quite easy to work that out. Well, it's not very easy to hit, of course, but 60 is a single 20 for double 20. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to hit, really, right? But it's easy to work it out. Another way to take up 74, just be very careful. I do prefer, this is the way I would start to go. Treble 18, because that's 54. You need another 20 to make it 74, so double 10. And hitting the big single 18 would leave 56. Always know what that's going to be. But 1 is very big when you're going for treble 18. And if you do that and you're on 74, you will leave 73. And with 73, you want to get below 70 really, because at least you've got a shot out, should have a shot out, a bullseye. So anything, if you're going for treble 14, double 16 on 74, anything around here, you are going to get below 70, right? So you should have that shot out, a bullseye. But if you do hit the big 1, go in this direction, go in this route, the treble 18, double 10 route, if you hit the 1, you leave 73, and you're going to need another treble. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, so on to the next number of practicing. So this, I've shown you on this crib sheet going for the 2 treble 19s, but of course you can do the treble 20, which we will practice, but let's just do this. So 150 is treble 19, leaving 93. Remember, just put 43 onto 31. Onto 31, onto 50, leaving 93. And each state 93, treble 19, double 18. Hitting the big 19 word, leave 74. And of course, we've just gone through that, probably treble 14 for double 16. Okay. Now, of course, let's not forget, for 150, we really can. This is how you practice it if you're going to go the treble 20 route. So it's treble 20, leaving 90. And then you can do your 90 however you want. Treble 20, double 15, hitting the big 20 would leave 70. Or treble 18, double 18, hitting the big 18 would leave 72. And that's how I would practice it. Go down each step of the way, you know where you are, where you are on the score. And also never forget the miss rule, missing the treble and hitting the big number. Okay, so just before I go, I just want to show you kind of, just so you can see on a crib sheet. I didn't realize this for many years of playing darts, how it's so important to start with the 2 dart finishes first. Okay, let me just show you this. I'll keep reminding you of this because it's so important to grasp. So let's just get rid of that. And as you can see, it's a section from my crib sheet. So the golden 44, these are what these 2 dart finishes are. Okay, the most important finishes in darts. They run from 60 to 100. Okay, but they don't include 99, because even though 99 is a 2-digit number, it's a 3 dart finish. But it does include 101, 104, 107 and 110. Okay, those are the numbers you've got to go away and learn, as I keep pushing it. Now, I don't know if you've seen my videos or you're just watching this for the first time, that's why I'm kind of reminding you. But as you can see on this side here, you've revealed a 2 dart finish. So 98, 98, okay, 97 and 97. Okay, now what I've done, so this is part of my crib sheet, but I also done another crib sheet which you might have seen snippets of, and it's like an integration. It's showing you the importance of the golden 44, and so let me just show you that now. And as you can see on these finishes, like 158, it shows you the gold is obviously the golden 44. So you can see that they're in the correct place. Okay, and I wish I'd seen this at the very beginning when I started to learn play darts. I realizing all I'm doing here is either adding 40 for treble 20, right? Or adding for treble 19, adding 43. That's all I'm doing on my first dart. Of course, you might not hit that, but what can you do, right? But if you hit it then you're revealing your 2 dart finishes, and they equate to all these numbers here. So 98, 98, okay, 97, 97. You get the idea, right? You don't need me to continue with that. But so you can go away and literally go to any crib sheet, and it's usually the furthest right column, and you've got your 2 dart finishes there. Learn your 2 dart finishes. Okay, I should have called this channel that, learn the 2 dart finishes, but no. Okay, so that's pretty much as much as I've got to say right now. So we're going to be covering the 140 numbers in the next video. Thanks so much for watching again. Please consider doing all things that everyone asks you to do, and I don't really like to ask, but please tickle this algorithm. That's what I like to say. give it a little tickle, help me out, help other people out. Thanks for watching. Take care.